And what is your name?
Shannon?
Okay, you came with your mom, right?
Yes.
What did she say about Earth, Wind, and Fire?
That she really likes it, and her favorite song is September.
There you go.
September.
So you're turning your daughter onto some really good stuff.
Well, thanks.
Awesome. What do you do?
I was homeschooling her for a while. Now I'm homeschooling a new generation of homeschoolers.
Fantastic.
Hey, congratulations on
you know,
that.
just
Homeschooling.
a little backstory on September. September, the lyric where Marie said, do you remember the 21st time of September? We recorded September the year before on the same date. It was recorded a year before it came out on September 21st. And in the stock market this past year, the stock market went up because of September, and Wall Street Journal had mentioned it must have went up because it was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Is that great?
Stock market, yeah.
Awesome. And here's a man who obviously has... You remember where you were when you heard your first Earth, Wind, and Fire hit?
In bed? No.
No, you might have been.
No, I remember you guys playing Oakland Coliseum when you came out.
Yeah, we did.
And that was a great show. And my wife was there at the time. We weren't married yet, but she loved it.
Part of the Gratitude live album was recorded at the Oakland Coliseum. Yeah.
And what is your name?
Fran.
Well, Fran, what was it about this man and Earth, Wind, and Fire that made you say yes?
All the money I don't have.
Hold on. He said it the best.
But it's coming.
What'd you say?
That's all right.
Said all the money I don't have.
That's it.
Now I do have a question.
Yes.
The concert that you had with Chicago. How much money did you raise for that concert that you had at Nokia Live?
When the final
I don't know what the tally was, but I know we raised a lot of stuff for food. We did a lot of food
we fed a lot of people.
Okay.
We were there for that concert.
Oh, were you?
Yeah,
Where out at Nokia?
Yeah.
Nokia a couple of years ago. Yeah, it was a great concert tour. Actually, the reason that tour came about because we all know each other, and they had saw our show in one city. We saw their show, and we all got together and said we should do something together. And that's how it came. That's how it came about. It was one of the most successful tours we've ever done, and one of the most successful tours in the concert business.
And what's your name? Where do you live? What do you do?
Ruben from Ontario. We were at your concert when you guys were out in the CBB Arena in Ontario last year with Chicago, and that was
2 years ago.
something. 2 years ago. Sorry about that. Well, yeah. And for you guys to play with Chicago, I mean, that must have been hard, and it was phenomenal. We really loved it. It was really something. Yeah.
You know, it wasn't that hard at all. We both have a mutual appreciation for each other's music, and they have a great horn line. We have a great horn line. We have a great body of work on both sides, both Chicago, the Chicago Songbook, the Earth, Wind, and Fire Songbook. So it wasn't that hard at all.
Can you imagine all those horns, all that training, and what did you think of the show?
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Anything stand out about it? I mean, what song?
Well, I think you guys playing together, I mean, I didn't expect that. I mean, I knew Chicago's going to do their thing, you guys are going to do your thing, and then when you guys all came out at the end together, it's like, wow. I mean, you guys...
When you got both bands doing like 25 or 6 to 4.
That's right.
Yeah, that was one of those tunes we did, too.
Yeah.
That was always the ending of
the ending of the show.
Yeah, but it was a great experience for us, and
they're great guys.
Yeah, and it's like one big fan. All the crews got along. Everybody just did really a great job.
Yeah, one last comment. We have a 16-year-old who thinks, that he's too cool to like our kind of music. And, I remember when, I forgot that one movie where September, the song was in it, the one about the dinosaurs, I forget. And, so he's singing that song, and I'm singing it with him. He's like, where do you know this song? But so it gives the younger people, appreciation for our kind of music.
But that's always like that with teenagers. They always think that, they're too cool and you're not hip enough, and then it flip-flops, and then they says, well, I didn't know Dad knew so much. Especially after you
but
leave
as
home.
Richard Pryor used to say, you don't get old being a fool.
We all learn that one.
And you had a great... What's your name?
Eileen.
Had a good time?
Wonderful time.
Can't wait to get you close at the Nokia Theater, okay? And the fact that you're on Hot 92.3 and listening to this, and we're all loving it together. And we got a lot of moms taking their kids into school, discovering Earth, Wind, and Fire, and saying, what is that? Yeah, because it's great music.
Well, the nice thing about our show, too, we're over about 11:30.
Yeah.
So the kids don't have to stay out so late. And we try to make it just a really nice experience, because that's what concerts are about. The experience, from the time you get off work, get in your car, drive, and sit down and see the show. Our job is to try to make it the best experience that you have, for the evening.
Pretty cool, huh? Wow. Hey, what do you do in your downtime? Both of you, obviously, you fly, you're in technology and everything else, but you obviously have some downtime. What do you do?
Well, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I like to cook.
All right. What's your best dish?
I make a killer lasagna.
Oh, yeah.
But we can switch it up and do mushroom risotto. Or roast duck with plum sauce. It doesn't matter, Rick. It just doesn't matter, But no, I have I have a little go-kart I take on the track and race when I get a chance. I'm going to show it to you, Rick.
Oh, this is good. Oh, wow. Now look at this. Ralph's showing me a shot of him, and this car is good. It looks like it's going about 90 miles an hour. It's a small.
It's good for 80 for sure.
Yeah, and you are flying there. Look at that.
It's a lot of fun.
Wow. And Dean, how about you? What do you have any hobbies?
I go to yoga class. That's my thing.
All right.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's very cool. It's relaxing, and the group.
He's actually an instructor.
Yeah, I did for a while. Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's actually a yoga instructor.
And I teaching senior citizens.
Well, there's several ladies who want to do the downward dog.
I was getting
downward dog.
I knew you were going to mention that downward dog.
Look out!
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Mostly what we say, we say namaste, and people thought that yoga was like just a California thing, but it's a worldwide, global thing, and it's it's been around over 5,000-6,000 years, and it's just something that I got into, by accident. Nothing's an accident, but I went to a class one day, and it was just it just stayed with me.
And there's certain classes like this Bikram yoga where they raise the temperature to like 100 and something.
It's too hot for me.
It's too hot.
It's about 100. Bikram likes to do it hot. He thinks it's good for your body, but I like the temperature like 70, 80, degrees.
Right.
And you should know, girl, for that 100 degrees is bad on that hat. Make them afro. You can't come up in that,
Yeah.
So you got to do that Bikrams on a bad hair day. So and go to the shop after Bikrams. But on the serious side, but on the serious side, more people are incorporating yoga into their path, their workout, and it doesn't restrict you religious wise. It doesn't restrict your belief systems. It's just part of just you just add on to what you're doing, your treadmill work or whatever you're doing, and particularly for African Americans, we have high blood pressure. We have a lot of different things that goes on with us. So the more, what I do, I talk about it, particularly in our community, and that way they can start to just be mindful of their health.
Well, you're in great shape.
I try to be. Thank you.
How about everybody else in the band? Are they in pretty good shape?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No
Talk
doubt.
about
Yeah.
Phil's in
and your
great
brother.
shape. Yeah, Phil's in great shape.
Phil's always on the golf course.
That's right.
Is he really?
Oh, he loves golf.
Oh yeah.
Takes his clubs
Oh yeah.
with him on tour. So no, he's always on the golf
Oh,
course.
that's good.
Right.
And I tell you what, though, the harmony blend, is it phenomenal with Earth, Wind, and Fire? I mean, it's almost like you invented new harmonies.
Well, Maurice, his ear and Philip's ear, putting those different kind of harmonies together, and where the vocal would sit, in the track,
Right.
And just the great work. Because when I would listen to the work that he would do, and Maurice would play this for me, man, check this out, I would be, when I heard the That's the Way the World album, after we finished it, it was almost like I was listening to somebody else.
Yeah.
Remember when we heard it? Yeah, it was
Absolutely.
totally different thing.
Well, it takes a great mixer to do that. It takes a great producer. It takes a vision. And how long does it take to put together, like, That's the Way of the World? Like, even that one track. Or just pick any other track.
That album took like about 4 months.
At least 4 months. I was going to say 6.
Yeah, probably 6, from the time we started to the time we finished, because, doing an album is like writing a book, and the best albums, whether it's our albums or Songs in the Key of Life to Stevie or Thriller that Michael and Quincy Jones put together, those records take a while.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, please. Yes.
My question is...
I'm sorry. I'll come right down here. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I have a question. My question is, I know you guys, congratulations, have been around for over 4 decades. My question is, coming from as a retired counselor, what do you do to influence our youth today with your music? Is there something?
What's being done as we speak?
Yeah, could you share with us some of the... Because, the music is a little rough for me nowadays. I mean, you know, it's a little hard on my ears.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I'm a grandma, so.
Well, I think today in 2011 we're at a slight disadvantage in that music has been taken out of the school system. See, when I was in school, and I'm from LA, when I was in the 4th grade, I was in an orchestra. You know, so it's really about making sure the arts overall, not just music, the arts period, stay in the schools, because whenever there are some budgetary cutbacks, the first thing you want to do is take out the arts. They never mess with the sports, but the arts they want to take out. So I mean, it's about education, just trying to keep that alive on a grassroots level. You know,
and also too, you know, the more we stay out there, the more the youth will come, and the more that you all tell them about us.
Well, you get this question a lot, like, what do you think of hip hop? What do you think of hip hop? What do you think of hip hop? I always say, love it. It's you know, it's just like every other genre of music. There's some bad and there's some good, but the good really catches your attention, and there's a form of poetry that exists that didn't exist before. So I'm saying it's great.
Right, well, because you know, cats like Jay-Z and the kind of work that he's done, cats like KRS-One back in the day, Kanye, Biggie, Tupac, you know. So you know, it's you know, and we've had a lot of genres of music, you know, from hip hop to bebop to jazz, you know, and that's the beauty about the music business. There's been a lot of different kind of music, you know, from the palette, and then a lot of the younger artists, them sampling our work, introduced us to their generation.
Music is a very, very broad word, so there's room for all of it.
We went to South Africa a few weeks ago, and about a couple of months ago, and nothing but young people, and all Philip had to do was just stick the mic out there, and they knew every word, you know. So it is happening with the youth. It is happening. You know, we have to give our youth credit. They have a lot of information. You know what I mean? They are learning, you know, in a different way than we learn. You know, we just have to support them. And this is the greatest generation we've ever produced. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. You know what I mean? They, the young ball players make a lot of money. You know what I mean? They're doing, you know, great, from, you know, LeBron to Dwayne Wade. You know, first game tonight with the Dallas is on tonight. Yeah, we have to check that out too before we hit.
Who are you pulling for?
Man, I pull for whoever wins, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And all what we do in the dressing room, what we do, we keep the television on because we're watching the games too. See, while we're getting dressed.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, so we're all sports buffs too. But you know, we want to give our, you know, as adults and as older people, we have to give our young people, have to be mentors. We just can't criticize them and let them be out there by themselves, because they're trying. You know, look, man, they're 18, 19 years old, man. Like what? I mean,
exactly.
I mean, you know, you can't expect them to know what we know. You know what I mean? We're older. We're supposed to know some stuff. You know, that's what's happening. You know what I mean? So, you know, just be kind to them and just, you know, and just try to encourage them. That's what young people need.
Be supportive.
Just love them anyway.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.